what's up guys? Today I'm gonna be talking about Samurai 8, and all I can say is personally I actually enjoyed this first chapter. Now instead the preview, I don't know, I was kind of a little weird about it because it wasn't like fully sketched in or nothing, because it's just a preview. But once I got to this chapter, like the very first chapter, I thought to myself, I said, this is a very long chapter. For it to be 70 pages, that's a lot of content to take in. So, like I said, there's actually lots to talk about. But I'm going to try to just condense it down as best as I can, because, I don't want to make this too long while I'm like rambling everywhere. But all I can say is this chapter was, like I said, I give it right around an 8 to 9 out of 10. Like I said, it's really not much I could have complained about. I thought it was actually very good, and I hope Samurai 8, keeps the good consistent writing and all that. Cause like I said, I have some good faith inside the show. I think this is gonna be a good show, especially when you get to watch the anime. But anyways, let's get into this review. So like the beginning part, they were talking about basically the plot of the show. It's like they're trying to like, I think, save like planets or something, or galaxies, but like by this god like name, we call it Aluk. I can't pronounce it. Aluka. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. All I know is based off a Hindu god, so that's what Samurai 8 is based off of. And you already know that Kishimoto always loves having, some sort of Hindu god inside there. Like we saw, I think it was like Indra and Ashura. I think they were like two gods going at each other. They're reincarnates, and we see with Samurai 8, it's pretty much the same way. It has some sort of Hinduism in it, because Kishimoto is always famous for, like I said, putting that inside that. So as we keep on going, I thought inside the beginning part, they kept on saying this and thou and all that. I thought that was going to be throughout the whole entire manga, which I was actually kind of getting annoyed. That's why I kind of like knocked it down a notch. But I found out later on that Hachimaru, I think that's his name, the boy, is actually playing some sort of VR game. I said, oh, okay. I thought it was actually going to be like that throughout the whole entire manga, because if it was actually going to be like that, saying this and that and all that, I was gonna, like I said, I don't know how I feel about that. But gladly, it's just the game, so I'm pretty happy about that. As we keep on going, we see that, Hachimaru, he got like interrupted by his dad because his dad is trying to take care of him. And we see Hachimaru, look, he's like I see, he's inside dread. He's saying like, oh, why dad, why'd you interrupt me, blah blah blah, because it looks like they've been going through the same procedure years upon years. And like I say, he's just kind of getting into this mood of like retaliation and all that, where he just doesn't really want to do this stuff anymore. But he's like basically telling his dad like, I hate you and all that. Why are you doing these needles and all that? I'm scared of these needles because you keep on like doing it to me. I think he said he has if I'm not pronouncing it right, phobia, something like that, whatever. Basically, sharp things. He really hates needles. Like I said, I can understand him on that, why he hates needles, because I think about just about every day he has to take those needles, and I can only imagine how sore his arms must be to keep on taking needle upon needle upon needle in him just about every single day. And like I said, I can imagine the pain, because he keeps on saying it's very painful. And like I say, he's inside dread every time his dad does that. And he, like I say, he's describing that, he's saying he really does hate that, which makes him hate his dad in quotes. Of course he doesn't really hate him, but you already know how little kids are. Little kids always be saying like, oh, I hate you, blah blah blah. But like I said, that's just the nature of little kids. they don't genuinely hate their parent. They only say that because, that's just in the moment, so they just, get their anger out and say, I hate you, blah, blah, blah. Because we found out that later on in the chapter that he actually truly does love his dad, because his dad did tell him that, you do hate me, I'll still try to take care of you because, I do actually, love and care for you. But of course, Hachimaru, like I say, he's just caught up in the moment. He didn't really grasp that. So, like I say, his dad, I forgot his dad's name, but his dad is trying to find a cure for him and, trying to build up that machine so he can be mobile and all that. This is before, Hachimaru got the power up. But, like I said, so he went to go set off and do that. And that's when, I forgot that samurai's name. Basically, the antagonist, the dude basically made the other dude commit, I think, seppuku, or I forgot. Basically made him off himself to become a samurai and all that, or at least attempt to. Like I said, this dude is actually pretty darn badass if you ask me. I actually really do like him. He's supposed to be a bad guy. Like I said, I think he has a pretty dope design in my opinion. Think he has a very good demeanor. The way, he carries himself, I like the way he carries himself. Like I said, it's just, I'm starting to like this dude already. I don't know about him, and we found out that he's actually a cyborg. Cause he kept on talking when he was talking about that to that one dude that offed himself. He was saying the difference between a warrior and a samurai is that, warriors are human, and then the samurais are actually, cyborgs. They're chosen by, that one god's name, that Hindu god, I forgot his name. But anyways, the term that is especially chosen, he was explaining, with the samurais, they basically have like that spinal thing and all that. And their body is basically, all their body parts are basically mechanical. So, he was explaining all that, and then of course, he made the dude off himself. That's when, it goes back to the cat, which is, I think his name is Daruma, or something like that. Daruma and Hachimaru, they were talking. He was talking about a little about himself, that, about a little bit his past and all that. Which, like I said, I think he's a, pretty decent character, I guess. It's kind of ironic that, he's like in a cat body. Even though he used to be human, he was actually a dog person. Like I said, I guess that's, that's pretty cool. And of course, Hachimaru is getting kind of like technical with it, which is, like Zia, Hachimaru is. And then, like I said, it goes back to the, forgot that samurai's name. Basically, it goes back to that samurai and his dad. And, like I say, he's talking to him about, where's that key at and all that. Because this man is looking for, I think it's called like the vampire sword or something like that. He's trying to look for the key to that, and the father is kind of like reluctant, but he looked like he had that keychain on. He basically stole that off. Like I said, and I think it went back to Hachimaru and Daruma, and he's basically teaching him about the soul stuff and all that. He was telling him like it doesn't matter how sharp your blade is, as long as I think it's like something about the soul. I'm guessing the power system is, it doesn't really matter how sharp the blade is, as long as how sharp your will is inside your soul. That's when it can like cut stuff. So that's actually kind of unique, to be honest, to have a unique power system like that. Not really depending on physical stuff, but more of I guess their inner selves and all that. So like I said, I think that's actually pretty cool, to be honest. After all that, that's when it gets to, the samurai. He basically comes in contact with Daruma, and they're basically having conflict with each other. And through all that conflict, that's when he sees Hachimaru. And that's when stuff starts really getting crazy. When he comes in contact with Hachimaru, that's when he tries to defend himself and his dad. And of course, you already know he's already restrained. he definitely could not really do much at all. So like he was pretty darn restrained, and that's when he found that key. He found out that the key was actually to whatever that vampire sword. It's actually sitting inside Hachimaru this whole entire time, and it's aiding him to keep him alive. So it's like a key to his life support inside his heart area. And he basically told Hachimaru, the samurai dude, I forgot his name. Like, I'm legit forgot his name. He basically told him to commit seppuku. Damn, I probably don't even know how to pronounce that. Yeah, he's basically telling him to off himself, and which, you know, the dad was totally against that, which he basically had no resistance at all when he said that. He just, like I say, he literally took that knife and he was about to really off himself, which he actually did temporarily before we know he actually had the power up. Because you already know he's not going to die. He's actually going to keep on living because, you know, he's the main character of the show. So he's definitely not going to die. The dad, like, see, he's getting extremely emotional and is going through flashbacks of Hachimaru and his dad. And he's going through all them times. And he's just remembering all those times back in the past. And he's crying to himself and he's saying, like, you know, I love you, Dad, which I already known all this time that, you know, just because a kid says, like, I hate you and all that, he actually does not mean it. Like, say, he did not mean it from the bottom of his heart. It's just, like, superficial stuff. So, yeah, he actually did commit it, and, like I said, that part was actually extremely emotional when he did die temporarily. Because, like I said, you see the dad, he's breaking down, crying and all that. And he's just sitting there pretty lifeless. And like I said, that was actually a really good emotional moment. I can't wait for that to be animated because it's actually going to be really good when that part gets animated. And of course, that samurai, he took that key out of Hachimaru's heart. And he finally got a hold of that vampire sword that he always wanted from that legendary dude, whatever. Because this dude, he's pretty money hungry. That whatever 200 million yen wasn't enough for him. He wanted that sword because he can easily make 2 billion yen off of that. Like I said, this man is the samurai dude is pretty money hungry, to be honest, to make a kid off himself and then take it from his heart. So like I say, he wanted that 2 billion. That's when my boy Hachimaru, he gets a glow up, and like I said, he finally gets a new body. He turns to a actual samurai because he was chosen by the Hindu god, I think his name is Akala. If I'm pronouncing that right, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, but like I say, he got chosen by that, and everyone was pretty much blown away that this kid actually became a samurai. But this kid, Hachimaru, he has a very, very strong will. So I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not too surprised that he actually got chosen to be a samurai in the first place. And it basically said that, like I said, I'm gonna read it from like quotes. You got power gain of the Sarenshin, the 3 chakra bodies, which means, you know, he's a samurai. So like I said, there is actually some sort of chakra inside here, but I don't think it's necessarily like Naruto, to be honest. But you can definitely see that this is definitely Kishimoto's creation, because he has, you know, some sort of chakra inside here, but I don't think that's gonna be the power system of the show at all. I don't really think that's gonna be like the main thing. Just like how there's like ki inside Black Clover, ki is not the same ki that you will find inside Dragon Ball. Just because there is ki inside Black Clover, like it's not the same as Dragon Ball. And ki is used differently. It's like sense. So chakra inside this show, I don't really think chakra is gonna be like the chakra out of Naruto. Chakra is gonna be, it's like a different phrase, I guess, but it's a possibility. It could be, which is highly unlikely. I highly doubt the chakra is even gonna be inside here. like the way it's used in Naruto, where it's basically life energy. But yeah, to continue on from there, we get to see that, you know, Hachimaru, he gets his sword out, and like I said, this man, he has like a power name in Engarde, something like that. So I think Engarde basically translates to enlarging or something. I forgot what it translates to. I'm a little rusty on my Spanish. But yeah, we see it has like a little power system with that. So he has a power, name that. And then we also see that, forgot that one samurai, his was whirlwind. So it's some sort of power system in here. I'm assuming it's probably like chakra natures in a way. I have no idea. But like I said, I hope it's going to be pretty unique with this power system. We see that these two fight, Hachimaru and the samurai. Like I said, and it's actually a pretty good fight. I actually really did enjoy it. Like this man's suit, he's riding on the horse. He transforms into a samurai, and of course, you know, Hachimaru tries to like slice him and all that, but of course it doesn't penetrate. But good thing Daruma, he popped up and shot him right through the back. So, you know, it basically created a weak point, and that's when he could hit him. Basically, it was, like I said, I love the way the panels are. I think these panels were pretty well executed. I saw a couple people complain about it, but personally, I did like the panels myself, because I just like the way the visuals are, like the way they're like slashing towards each other and all that. I thought that was actually pretty cool, to be honest. But yeah, basically Hachimaru won, of course, because, you know, he's the main character. And the samurai, he was actually pretty baffled that, like, how did a kid beat me? Because, like, say, he was not expecting that at all. But he did say he shouldn't have underestimated Hachimaru, because, you know Hachimaru is a kid. You definitely shouldn't underestimate him, because he got defeated pretty badly. After that, him and his dad reunited, which was actually a pretty good moment. Actually, like I said, I liked the ending of this chapter, and they came back together. Like I said, Hachimaru is inside his true form, where he's supposed to be nice and healthy and all that, not instead that real sickly, frail form. Like I said, which is actually a really good glow up. Going from basically life support, can't even get off that machine for 3 minutes. What he said, I think he said 3 minutes. Can't even get off the machine 3 minutes without dying, to going into, you know, basically offing himself what he thought he would. And then him getting a new body and getting, like I said, renewed was, like I said, that's actually a true glow up. Like, this man had a lot of development inside a very short amount of time, just one chapter alone. Like I say, he hated his dad at the beginning and blah blah blah, to going to, you know, actually loving his dad and all that, and them actually bonding even stronger this time. So like I said, this is actually really good. I honestly can't wait for next week's chapter. I hope next week's chapter is really good, like, you know, this week's chapter. And yeah, tell me you guys' thoughts on this chapter, because personally, I like to say I give it around a good 8 to 9 out of 10. It's really not much to complain about, other than, you know, the art could be a little bit more better. I'm not saying that it's bad, but it's not the best thing out there. It's pretty decent, I guess. I put it at the decent range. But like there's really not much to complain about it. Also, this one character looked like Zoro instead at the very beginning. I forgot to point out. You know, like I said on Twitter, I'm not saying that he looks exactly like Zoro, but he has like a similar look at him. It's probably like the scar on his eye. But yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, because, you know, like I said, I do more Samurai 8 content if you guys want this, because, like I said, I really don't mind doing Samurai 8 content. Because personally, I haven't really been doing content lately because, you know, Boruto content for me, I just haven't been enjoying it that much. And then Black Clover content, I'm also, like I said, I also love doing that, so I might do that more. Yeah, I might do some more Samurai 8 content so that the future, if it keeps up this good quality like this. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like this video, support your boy, subscribe if you are new. But anyways, it's been your boy D Balbon. I'm out.